And we are live. Welcome to the Transfer Exchange Show. This is our Euro 2020 England versus Germany special. Can England bring it home, or will Germany tame the three lions again? Tonight, we was bringing a back three, but it looks like we're struggling. We've had a player sent off, and now we're down to two at the back. That's Jerome. How you doing, mate?
Yeah, fine, thanks.
Yep. Brilliant, mate. Lee, how's things? Everything all right?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Very well. Cheers.
Yeah, good stuff. Let's get our teeth into this. Let's get this going. What's happening tonight? The guys will be putting themselves into the shoes of Gareth Southgate or his waistcoat as well. You know, you've got that. They will be telling us how Germany will beat England in the minds of that tactical genius Joachim Low. So look, I want to see the comments buzzing tonight. And of course, please click that subscribe button. Right, Jerome, 25 years ago, a manager missed a spot kick that saw Germany squeeze past England on penalties. An awful night for Gareth Southgate. Made the wrong decision there on what way to put the penalty. Is he going to make another wrong decision with regards to the team selection tomorrow? And then I want to know what yours is, mate.
Yeah. Oh, everyone's got an opinion, haven't they, on this team? He's in a no-win situation. He's going to leave out players that a lot of the fans want him to start, and vice versa. But this is it. This is the game where he's going to get properly judged, isn't it? This Germany game. There's talk. There is talk, isn't there, that he could change formation. He could change from a back four. So, I mean, that would be a bit of a risk. I mean, Lee would know more than me on that. If you're, coaching a team and all of a sudden you change formation, if you'd have worked on that formation, like leading up to this game. So, it just depends what formation he's going to go with. It's quite hard to call it. I think it's 50-50 because I think Germany might play with wing backs as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see what he decides.
Yeah.
It's hard to call. It's very hard to call.
It's very difficult to call. There's so many battles in every area of the pitch on Tuesday, and it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top. So Jerome, who would your team be to start on Tuesday?
I would stick with the same formation that he's been playing with. I think the back four picks itself. So Walker and Shaw fullbacks with Maguire and Stone centre backs. I would bring Henderson in for this game. He obviously played 45 minutes in the last game, and although Phillips has done very well, like you can't fault Phillips. I mean, Henderson, he's a Champions League, Premier League winner. He's a massive leader as well, isn't he? The way he plays, and I would partner him with Rice in the middle.
Yeah.
Whether Southgate does that, I don't know. So I think he does like Phillips and Rice. And then it gets interesting. Then the front four is very interesting. Obviously, Kane plays up front despite him not having scored yet. What I would do, definitely Southgate isn't going to do. I think you've got to play Saka after the way he played in the last game. I think he plays on the right. I'd play Grealish as well, probably on the left, from the left where he plays for Villa. And behind Kane, I'd probably put Foden there and just give him a license to go wherever he wants. So, Saka, Foden and Grealish behind Kane. Obviously, that means you're leaving out Sterling, who scored your goals. But just because he scored goals in previous games doesn't mean he's going to score goals in the next game. Because if you go by that sort of way of thinking, then you might as well drop Harry Kane because he hasn't scored yet. Yeah. So that would be my team. But I'm sure Lee probably thinks something different.
Totally do. Look, there's as you say, everybody's got their own views, and all over the country, people will be picking different teams. I mean, look, there are rumours that are coming out that Foden will come in for Saka. There's also little rumours coming out that Calvert-Lewin may be coming in. Lee, what do you think of Jerome's team, and what do you think of the possibilities of Saka and Calvert-Lewin coming in?
I don't think he's a million miles off. I think personally, I think he'll play, and I think he'll shock everyone. I think Mount will play. I think he's been training. I've heard him talk today, Southgate, that he's been having meetings with him over Zoom, and when he's able to train, he's been able to do the 2 metre distance and talk to him. And I think he's available to train on Monday. I think they'll probably walk through a lot of shape behind closed doors on Monday, and I think he'll come back in the side. I think he'll play Sterling because Sterling has scored a couple of goals, and he's a goal threat at the end of the day, whether it's right or wrong. And I think he will probably really difficult one. I think I'd like to see Saka. I'd like to see Grealish as well. I'd like if Mount comes in the side. One thing Mount gives you is a lot of energy. I think Henderson will come in, like you say, and I think the back four will be exactly what you said. But I think we'll see a couple of changes. And the difficult one he's got is this is a different animal to what we've played already. And if we don't liven up and listen, you go and see the Czech Republic result tonight, but I don't think we've played well. I don't think we've moved the ball well enough. I don't think we've moved it quick enough. The one thing when you play against a 3-5-2, your fullbacks become very important, that they can get a lot of the ball. What I've noticed from the 2 midfielders so far, they play very safe. They're never turning out and shifting it around the other side of teams and getting out down the sides with the fullbacks. I think we've played very one way. And accounted against Scotland, there was about 5 or 6 occasions in the first half where we could have turned out no one near us and got out the other side. So if we can get that against Germany, we've got a great chance. But this is a lot of teams people write Germany off. Listen, they've run a very, very good France side 1-0. They've took apart. Let's not forget that they took apart Portugal. Yeah, no one's done that to. And they draw with Hungary. Well, let's have it right. Hungary went to the 85th minute against Portugal and had a goal disallowed at 0-0. They draw with France and they've drawn with Germany. So, this is a very, very different beast. And I feel that we have to be more creative, have more about us. The only positive I see is maybe Germany will come on to us a little bit. And the one thing they lack is defensively. I think they're quite poor and they can be got at. And we're not having a recognised forward that could give us that chance to really get at them. But I don't see too many changes. I'd like to see Saka in the side. I think he gives you that pace. But then do you contribute that when you need like a Grealish with his quality? And if he brings Mount in, maybe Saka one side, Grealish the other, then you can't leave Sterling out. Can you? He scored 2 guys. It's really difficult decisions. It is. Listen, we're not the ones picking the side. I just feel, for me, I think Mount will play. I think he'll play Mount. I think we'll be shocked at the team sheet when he comes out and he'll play.
Lee, would you start Mount if it was up to you?
I'm not. I've been very frustrating. I struggle watching England. I struggle when people can't beat the first man for a corner. My son can't beat the first man for a corner. He ain't allowed his dinner. So I'm a big stickler for that. The one thing he gives you is a lot of energy. I don't think any of them have had their best tournament so far out of all the players. I think the brightest spark. And one thing that's frustrated me the most with England is in the last World Cup, we got criticised for how good we were at set pieces and we only lived on set pieces. Well, set pieces win and lose your games. And the one thing we've lacked at the moment is quality into the box. And with Grealish, he gets you so many fouls in and around the box. That's why I would play him, because of them little moments in games where... But the delivery's got to be on point, and at the moment that hasn't been good enough. I don't know what he's going to do. I really don't know what he's going to do, but I think Mount and Henderson will come in, and then he's got 2 to pick out of 4, I think, in terms of Grealish, Foden, Saka, and Sterling.
Dathan, how you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm good, thanks.
Nathan, Lee just made a good point that Germany just sort of wiped the floor with Portugal, and a lot of people were saying bring Saka in, bring Foden in, bring Mount in. I mean, should be possibly worrying about maybe playing a 3 in the middle, more of a defensive lineup on Tuesday night.
Well, this is the thing, though. It's, you can go defensive against them and hope to obviously stifle them, but what's the chances of that? For me, I don't think we'll have enough going forward to win the game if we do that. It's one of them catch-22s. It's like I said before, it's the Man United situation all over again. You need to be, defensively sound so you have the extra man in. But then if you're playing such a good side, you need extra men going forward as well. So you got to struggle up there. And it wouldn't be surprising if he did go defensive, and it would be more surprising if he went attacking. But again, we need to go more attacking. For me, we need to go more attacking and play our game. I'd rather we die on our sword, playing our way, instead of die just trying to stop them. You know what I mean? We got to go forward. We got to attack. We got to have Grealish. I think Saka needs to play after his man-of-match performance. Grealish needs to play because he can get on the ball and take people out of the game. And the only way we're going to beat Germany is by creating these overloads. And again, it's a crazy one, but I'd say take Kane out for now and put Sterling up there.
Yeah,
outpace them.
Well, there's rumours that Calvin Lewin's plan, and he's actually done the press conference this week, which sort of added to the the excitement, especially Everton fans. So we'll have to see what happens there. I mean, if Calvin Lewin did come in, Nathan, would that be something you'll be happy with?
Well, that's if you're putting balls into the box. Yeah, if you're putting balls into the box, you're looking for someone to win headers. He's obviously the next best thing we've got for that kind of position. But like I say, it all depends on what kind of football we're going to play. Are we going to now start raining balls in the box like Germany do and getting men in the box? I don't see it happening. I don't see us changing our way of playing and doing that much. So, to be fair, I think we're going to try and be more intricate. And like I said, we started playing some really good stuff in the first half of the last game. And that was just because Saka and Grealish were taking their men on, were putting balls in, timing their passes right. And that's what I want to see more of. I don't want to see the 2 games before. Foden did well, the others did well, but we didn't have, they looked good, but then faded far too quickly. And we had the majority of the play. That was us in the full control, and we didn't even have shots in the game. Played Scotland and didn't have many chances. We played the first game, Croatia, should be having much more chances than we had. We can't do that against Germany. We can't afford to. We need to score. We need to have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chances in that game, and we'll be all right.
Yeah. What worries me is that it doesn't seem to me like Gareth Southgate knows what his best team is. I still don't think at this moment he knows 100% what team he's playing Tuesday. I mean, and 2 of the positions where he certainly doesn't seem to know what player to play is left and right back, Jerome. Who? I mean, you named your team. I mean, it looks like it's going to be Walker and Shaw. Is that the best left and right back to play?
Yeah, I think for right back for sure. I mean, obviously Germany have got a good left back who's got quite a bit of praise in the tournament, but you very rarely get any change out of Walker. He's very hard to beat. Gives you a lot going forward. He can get the defence out of a bit of trouble, kind of with his pace. He's constantly covering people, and I don't think he's going to change his left back now either. Shaw's played the last couple of games. The only thing he might do, if he does play a back 5, then you might see Trippier come in at right fullback perhaps. But I think we're solid in those fullback positions. I wouldn't be too worried about those.
Yeah, look, Lee, it's very difficult to pick a team, but what's your 11?
I think I said it earlier. I think it's very difficult. My opinion is that I always believe a good 4-3-3 beats a good 3-5-2. And the reason why I believe that is because your fullbacks can always then double up with against their wing back and cause big problems, and then get deliveries in the box. A lot of criticism of Harry Kane and whatsoever. But you're only as good as your delivery. And as Nathan would tell you, as a centre forward, I think he'd be pulling his hair out. I know Nathan ain't got loads of it now, but back then you'd be pulling your hair out, Nathan, wouldn't you? Because you live and breathe off crosses, and we haven't got enough in the box. And I just think if we can get this right, we can cause them big problems. I don't fancy us, and I'm sure we'll go into the scores later, but I just think that we have to pass with a purpose. You can get down the sides of 3-5-2 very quickly if you pass quickly and you pass forward quickly. But if we keep passing pedestrian, we're going to struggle. They'll have too much for us in their midfield. They'll have too much for us coming in the box. They'll have too many bodies coming in the box, and we won't do anything in the game. So I think that it will be Walker, Maguire, Stones, and Shaw, which I'm happy with. They've done fine. I'd like to see Shaw and Walker attack more. And then you go, I think he'll actually, I think I want Henderson to come in, not his biggest fan, but I think I want him to come in for his big game experience and what he brings. He does bring an energy, but again, you can go back to check game the other day. He runs down the line with the ball, got an ideal opportunity to cross in the box. He checks back. We go all the way back to the goalkeeper. So we've got to start getting the ball in the box at some point. So I'd go with Henderson and Rice. I'd go with Grealish on the left. I'd go with Saka on the right. I'd go with Mason Mount in the 10, who I think will play, and I'll go with Harry Kane up front. Very harsh on Sterling. I just feel, and you got an argument for Sterling, but if you're going to play Saka, I think you have to play Grealish, because Saka gives you the pace and the energy to get down the sides of him. Grealish will give you the guile and draw your free kicks and make things happen. I just think that maybe taking Sterling out, if you was to play Sterling, I think you can't play Saka, vice versa. I don't think Foden's done enough for me. I think he's done okay. I don't think he's done enough. He's not as effective as he is. But you go back to, listen, you could go and play a real good high three, and you could play Sterling really high. You could play Grealish or Foden or Saka really high. You could play Kane really high. And you'll cause them big problems if you get the ball and play quickly. And that'll make them have to go to a 5, and then you can start dominating with your fullbacks. There's loads of ifs and buts. For me, it all depends on how we control the game. And if we continue to play safe, if we continue to play one way instead of getting out the other way and getting to the other fullbacks who can then join in and create 2v1s, get crosses in the box, we can go on forever. But if we're going to keep playing too safe, we will struggle. They're listen, the Germans are an oiled machine, and when they have to get a result, they get a result. I don't know about you guys, but I feel that Wembley's been a little bit of a detriment to us as well, especially with no fans. But a lot of teams just have come and set up hard to beat. And listen, it is not hard to beat teams like that's set up with 11 behind the ball. And my only hope is Germany do really come at us, and because we have got the quality to hurt teams. But I just feel the Euros ain't been, I like it in one country, but I just feel maybe Wembley's just been a little bit of a detriment in terms of teams setting up so defensive against us.
Nathan, Lee sort of adjourned to the fact that how important it is for people like Kyle Walker and Luke Shaw to get down them flanks, because Harry Kane hasn't had no service. But like Lee said, Germany, well-oiled machine. Is this one of their games where that is not so important as to get down the flanks? Do we need them more sitting and not going over the halfway line and letting all the flair and creativity come through the middle?
To be honest, the way we play, we need to get these fullbacks overlapping and getting balls in. Because we don't. Who else is going to put balls in? Saka's going to be obviously inverted winger if he plays. Sterling if he was on the left, he won't cross it in from the left. So you've got Grealish, who's the only one who could really use his left, like dink a ball in back post. But you need Shaw to overlap, so he's got the option there, and then you got the in-swinger option as well. So you got the two options. One thing Shaw's done is defended really well, but he hasn't really pushed himself yet. Like, he needs to push himself, especially in this game, because we really do need to make them chances count. When that ball comes back, remember when Trippier got it in the first game? There was an exact moment where he got it and he cut back. But if that was just Shaw, he could just put it in straight away. And then Harry Kane could be happy with a first-time ball in when the defence is not set. The worst thing you want as a striker is the defence to be set and crosses coming in. You just can't score. Like, so hard unless you're a bully. And you know what I mean? So for us, we definitely need to have that happen. But for me, I just can't see how we're going to move it quickly if we have those defensive midfielders playing. That's why I was going for Bellingham with a Henderson or a Rice, because Bellingham
not an
wants
end.
to do. Yeah, not both of them, because
Yeah.
I know we need both of them. This is what's a difficult one. We do need
Yeah.
both of them to be defensively strong, but it's going to kill us moving that ball across the pitch. We need a Bellingham who really wants to move it really fast. Then, as soon as it gets out to Saka, he can then make it happen. If it gets out to Grealish, he can make things happen. Then the people are overlapping. What you're seeing at the moment is pop, slow, free touches, pass, standing there, having a look, everyone putting their arms out. Where should we play? And then Saka gets it and runs at someone, and then it opens up. But you can't hope just Saka's going to do that, because it's Germany. It's Germany now. It's no joke. They will stop Saka if it's just him on his own. We need to have something else going, and we obviously to make it count. And if Harry Kane's playing, we need to give him service, or there's no point in playing. That's why I'm saying there's no point in playing. I'm not saying he's not good. I know how good he is. We all know how many goals he can score. But again, if you don't have that, you can't do anything with it. You can't do anything without the support.
Well, the thing is with Harry Kane, I mean, look, he's a world-class striker. We all know that. We're not saying because he's had a couple of games that all of a sudden he's a bad player. He's not. But I think for what England need at the moment, I think I agree with you. I think he's come out. Jerome, look, what if England paid say a three in the middle, say you have like a Bellingham and a Rice and a Phillips in just as a three in the middle, and you've got Walker and Shaw overlapping, and then take Kane out. The problem is, I think, Jerome, is that we're trying to put Kane in, and when Kane's in that centre, we're not able to put other players in. If we were played as Sterling as a false nine and a Saka and a Grealish on the right, Saka can play on the left. What would you think about that?
Before this tournament started, if you were going to say that you play Sterling up front instead of Kane, people would have thought you were mad.
A lot of people do it though now, don't they? A lot of people.
Yeah, they do. They do. I think you got to stick with Kane. I think he's a world class centre forward. Although I'm an Arsenal fan, he's linked. He's linked with big money moves. He's always scored goals. I think you've got to stick with him. He gets a chance 9 times out of 10. He puts it away. I think I can't see Southgate not picking Harry Kane, and I wouldn't take him out of the team.
So can you see him taking out Sterling then? Really?
No.
Only goal scorer.
No. I think he'll take out Grealish.
And that's the worst mistake you can make.
Worst ever. I think he'll bring Mount in. I think he'll bring Mount in. I think he'll take out. I think he could even go back to Foden, take Saka out, keep Sterling in, and bring Henderson in with Mount.
Massive problem there. We're losing straight away. I'm telling you now. If that happens, we're losing. Like no chance wins.
Yeah. I mean, they're immensely strong. They're immensely strong in that midfield. I mean, that's where the game could be won and lost. I mean, Lee, tactically, you've got in the middle of that park for Germany, Kimmich, Kroos, Gundogan or Goretzka. I mean, it looks like Goretzka because Gundogan is on a yellow, and Goretzka's fit, and so he looks like he plays. You got Kimmich, Gundogan, Goretzka, Kroos, and probably one of the players of the tournament, Goossens. Lee, we all know the midfield is where the game's won and lost. How can England handle that?
Panic.
What can they do?
Listen, it's I feel this is what we're lacking. I think we're defensively fantastic. I think we've got world-class players at the back. I think Maguire walks in any country defensively. I think Kyle Walker would. I think Harry Kane would walk in, not on the way he's playing at the moment, but, Sterling, Foden, Grealish, Mount, the list goes on. I think one place we're lacking is a centre midfielder who's world class. And I think if we had a Cruz on our side or someone like that, would be a totally different animal. What we've got is good players in midfield. But I think we've got to go and make this a very Premier League-like game and go and get amongst Germany and make it, get the crowd up, get us buzzing, get us amongst them, go and win some big free kicks, go and win some big tackles. Let's go. Listen, I'm going to say it, it's cliche, but let's go to war with them. Let's go and really have it. And let's go and try and get amongst them and get chances and get the crowd going. And, that's I have to be honest. I think if we retreat and we let them play, and we let them get in pockets and we let them get down the sides of us, there's only one winner, and that won't be us. If we really go and get high and squeeze in and get in their faces and work really hard, and listen, that's a given on any day of the week, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying I just don't feel that we can play like that. We have to get balls down the sides of them quickly. We have to play quicker through the thirds. I do think they lack a little bit of legs in that midfield, Germany. I think you can get behind them, and when you get behind them, you can cause them problems. I think defensively they're poor. They haven't got an out-and-out forward, but what they've got is one thing that we haven't got. They've got delivery in the box. They've got bodies going in the box constantly, and that will cause us a problem. So I just feel that the way you stop them is to go and get into them, and that's why I feel they'll bring Mount in the side. The problem is if you go with Grealish in there, you've only got 2 against their 3 really. Is Grealish going to do the ugly side of the game? No, but then we've got to get him on the ball. Well, if we keep passing sideways and back like we are, we ain't going to get him on the ball. So Mount might give you that legs. Or you go back to that, do we go and match them up and go 3-5-2, go with your Bellingham in there with Henderson or Phillips and Rice and go and get amongst their 3? Could do that. And even play Grealish, Sterling, and Kane. There's ways around this, but it's going to be very, very difficult. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be. That for me is the key. Whoever wins the midfield battle wins the game.
Go on, mate.
Here's a question: what do you think of Grealish in the hole, Sterling on the left, Kane up front, and Saka on the right?
I think it's fantastic. I don't think he'll do it though, Nave. I just think I think he will, and I think that could work. What worries me is Grealish isn't like a Mount who presses and he drops back in and he makes things. We need to get our best player is Jack Grealish. I don't care what anyone says. He wins the most fouls. He makes the most things happen, and I don't think Saka's far behind that. But he's our best player. So you have to make the team work around him. The problem is that doesn't work with him in the 10 unless we're playing a lesser opposition. We're playing a team that we've got to stop their midfield. And I think that's the only way is by going with a hungry 3 who are going to get about the park.
So even with the 2 defensive, you think Grealish won't be able to play in that hole?
I think he could, Nate. I just don't know if we can get him the ball. And that's the problem. Whereas Mount will go and get the press and he'll press really high and the rest of the team will follow him and he'll squeeze on to the deepest midfielder and the other 2 hopefully will squeeze on their 2 midfielders. Will Grealish give you that energy? I'd have him in my team. Don't matter where he plays. He has to play in the team. I don't care where it is. Plays in the 10, I'll be very, very happy. I just can't see Southgate doing it because I think he knows that it's going to come down to a midfield battle here. And whoever gets on top of that midfield early will win the game. And I think as well, if we get that first goal, they throw bodies forward the other day against Hungary. They were there for the taking. Anyone with any quality would have beaten 4s because they were there for the taking. And that's the one hope. If we can go and get one against them and go 1-0 up, I think we could really take them to the sword because they'll come at us.
100%.
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea to play Grealish in that Ozil role, De Bruyne role, play him in there, and we could even surpass through their midfield, and we won't even have to take that battle. Because personally, I just think we're going to lose that battle. I don't think there's no way our midfield can win that battle. So
no matter who you playing there, it doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So if you've got Grealish on the pitch playing in the middle there, playing balls into the channels and surpassing that midfield. I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but Jerome, I mean, their defence, Ginter, Hummels,
not the best,
Rundiger.
Yeah.
It's probably, if they've got a weakness, that's what it is, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Especially with Hummels. I mean, he's right at the twilight of his career, I think, Hummels.
He's about as slow as me. That's slow.
I think I can't see us like dominating possession or outplaying them. But like Lee said, like make it like a Premier League game, play at a high tempo, and it's going to be like a game of moments, I think, isn't it? Like
yeah.
And definitely can get at their defence. Because our forward players are so high on confidence, and I think that maybe the crowd might play a part as well.
Could do.
You have to play quick though. To get at their back three, you have to play quick, because the minute they get in their shape and they get the two wing backs around the sides of them, they're ever so hard to break down. So you have. If we're going to play slow, I said to you earlier on, if we're going to play slow in the same way that 3 or 4 times against Scotland, we just went back the same way when the opposite fullback was on to get out there. Yeah. It's the only way we can hurt them, because if we don't, they'll just sit in their shape and we'll never get down the sides of them. We won't break them down and they'll have too much of the ball. We have to play quick.
If you play your likes of Grealish and Saka, you can see their defenders fouling them all day long, couldn't you? I mean, how many free kicks? If they go at them and try and be positive, they're going to commit a lot of fouls, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few cards perhaps. Yeah. And you've got to be positive and not have any regrets that we didn't really go for it when we should have done, sort of thing.
Well, this is the problem I see happening, because look, we all know what team is he going to play, and that's the problem. He's going to pick a team that's not going to be able to win it. And that's the problem. It's just simple. I believe that that's going to happen. He's going to play the same teams that he's played in the first 2 games. And he realised, I made a stupid mistake. I should have played the players that did well. If it was all off merit, surely Saka would play, Sterling would play, Grealish would play right now. Because they all have done really well. Play who's playing the best. That's why Rashford's not playing right now. I'd like him normally to be in my starting 11 at some point. But because he's not playing well, he shouldn't play. And same with other players. If someone's playing better than you, put them people in. That's what we need to do, and that's what we've not done in the past tournaments. We always try to play the injured player who's our best player, and he's not able to perform. He's lost fitness and nowhere near on it, and we're still bringing him into the team to play. I think we need to chill with that and just go with the best playing players now.
Yeah, I mean, before I ask your predictions, I'm just going to tell you the team that I think that I would play. I mean, I'd play Pickford in goal. I would play Walker, Stones, Maguire, and Shaw, and then in the midfield, I would personally play a 3. I would play Bellingham, Rice, and Henderson. I think it gives us a look. I think it gives us legs. I think it gives us experience with Henderson, and Rice very rarely puts a foot wrong. And I would take Kane out. I'd put Grealish on the left, Saka on the right, and I would never have done this at the beginning of the tournament, but I'd played Sterling down the middle. He's played there for City. He's scoring goals. I'm just very worried about Harry Kane. That's the team I would play. Jerome, predictions. What's the score going to be?
Oh, I can't predict anything other than an England win, really, can I?
It's not easy, is it?
You can't. How can you predict Germany to win?
Well, Marie's watching you. She wants an honest answer.
Sorry, Marie, but I'm going for England. I think Kane will take his chances this game, and I fancy us. I think there'll be a few goals, so I'll go for 2-1 England.
Come on, Lee. Lee, off you go, mate.
I think we have to have a very, very, very improved performance. I think we have to start the game brilliantly well and take a chance early to get anything out of the game. And I'm going to go 2-0 Germany. I am. Please, I want to come back on here on Tuesday night, tail between my legs, and you all say I told you so. You don't take apart Portugal like they do if they're a poor side. I'm sorry. They're not a poor side, and I think they will get the better of our midfield. I think we could have chances, I think if we did get that goal, we would go close to winning the game if we got the first. But I can't see it. You know, I look back to we spoke about there, but Nathan said about Shaw looks like he don't want to go forward. He's so naturally minded in going forward. You have to be told not to go forward. I'm sorry, I don't. Natural. He goes. Kyle Walker plays for Man City. He is up and down the pitch. Reece James plays for Chelsea. He's up and down the pitch. No fullback. He tells everyone the fullbacks, no, we want him to go and express himself and play and go forward. I'm sorry, I don't think you do, because they don't do it. No. And I can only work out they don't do it is because they naturally do it, so they have to be told not to do it. Yeah. If you're doing it every week, if I'm playing wing back or right back every game, and my natural game is to go forward, go forward, go forward. When I go to England, my natural game will still be to go forward unless I'm told otherwise. So I think they're told otherwise. Personally, I think he'll pick the wrong team, and I really hate to say it. I just don't fancy us. I really hope I come on here and I'm wrong, and we're all having a cheer up, and we can all take the mickey out of me. But I'm not sure.
Just a quick question I want to ask. You say Shaw for Manchester United, he bombs forward and he's not for England. But could it be the fact that Sterling just don't go back? He doesn't work hard as being a defender, and at Manchester United, Rashford does his job and helps out.
Does he?
I don't know. I don't know.
Carl Walker. Do you know what I mean?
Up and down.
Up and down. Exactly. I think that there has to be something. I really hope I'm wrong. I'll be cheering like mad for England. I'm desperate for us to win the game. But if I've got my level football head on, I just can't see it the way we're playing. I just can't. But then listen, Holland, I thought looked really strong last couple of games. I thought attacking wise, I looked great. They've been beat tonight by a team that we made look very, very average. So I hope I'm wrong. I just feel that we look like we've got the reins on us, and unless they get taken off, I can't see us winning the game. I can't see us winning the game. So we need to take the shackles off us and have a right go. And do you know what? If we had a right go and lost 2-1, I don't think anyone would moan.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I don't see it being like that. I really don't. I think we'll try and soak it up, soak it up, and Germany will have too much for us, personally.
Yeah. Nathan, floor is yours.
It's one of them ones again. I've said it. It's like Lee said there. He doesn't want it to be that, but his head is telling him that. And I don't want it to be that. I want England to win. I want England to win the whole thing. But being honest, I can't see them beating Germany because I can't see the manager picking a team that I think is going to beat them. That's the whole problem. So when it comes to 7:15 on Tuesday, if I see the team and I'll be like, yes, we're going to win this, or, man, he's done it, and he's done it again. He's brought the same players back in who couldn't create a chance against Scotland, and we're looking to try and beat Germany with that same type of team. We're not going to beat Germany if we're going to play that type of team. So that's where I'm going with it. I've got to wait till 7:15 to give my real predictions. And if you want to say, what's my prediction? My prediction is he's not going to pick the right team. So that means my prediction is we're going to lose, if you get what I mean. So we're going to still score. I think we're going to get a goal, but we could probably lose 2-1. But if we pick the right side, I see us winning about 3-1.
Yeah.
Nothing like sitting on the fence.
We're going to lose or we're going to win?
I look bad now. I look really bad. I'm having England winning 2-1.
Well, look. I gave a prediction the other night on what I thought the score would be, and like Lee, I just can't see it. I can't see England coming out. Germany are just strong all over the pitch, even where they're at their weakest, they're still stronger than England, and I can't see, again, like Nathan said, that he's going to pick the right side, and I can't see us winning. I think it will be. I think Germany will win. I think it will be a 3-1, round about something like, and I think it could be very comfortable. Like both of you've already said. I pray that when we come back on on Tuesday that England have done the business and we're through, and I'm proved wrong. But they're just too strong all over the pitch. They're so quick up front as well, where our central defenders are a little bit, not that quickest of the centre backs, if you like. So yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 for Germany. So it's not looking good for England, lads. It's not looking good for England.
Just think as well. If we get through this game, the route is the
Yeah.
route has opened up. You'll never get a better chance like the World Cup. This is one game, and we got a chance.
Yeah.
Here's
the thing: Grealish and Saka play, England win. I don't care who else is in the team. Anyone else plays, I don't care. If I see Grealish and Saka in that starting lineup, we're going to win the game.
Got a chance.
I don't think he's going to play Saka. I don't
know how he gets Grealish in the side either if he plays Mount. So the only thing he could do, he could leave Saka and Foden out to play Grealish. Still wrong decision.
Not going to win it. Saka and Grealish need to both play. Simple.
It's interesting. It's very, very interesting.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the team news to come out on Tuesday. It's going to be a very interesting preview and a post match, that's for sure. Look, very, very, very quickly before we go, there's one other match tonight. I just want to get your score predictions from it. I'm going to give you for the team news, people that are watching. For Belgium in goal tonight is Courtois. At the back, they've got the old stagers of Albertabeld and Vermaelen and Vertonghen. Wow. Average age of about 35 there, I think. In the midfield, Belgium have Meunier, Tielemans, Witsel and Torben Hazard. And then up front, if you like, or the front three, they've got De Bruyne, the main man, Lukaku, and Eden Hazard is starting for Portugal. For Belgium. For Portugal, you've got Real Patricio, Guerrero, Pepe, Ruben Diaz, and Dalot. Not really any surprises there. Renato Sanchez, Joel Pereira, Joel Mourinho, Bernardo Silva, Diego Jota, and the main man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Jerome, score prediction.
Thanks for coming to me first. This is so hard to call, this one. God. You've got some amazing players on display tonight in this game. Initially, I thought Belgium. Then I'm looking at their defence and I'm thinking, like you just said before, Vertonghen, Vermaelen, and Alderweireld. You think that Ronaldo can get at that with obviously Jota and Bernardo Silva supporting him, but I think a team with De Bruyne in is always going to be favourites for me. So I'm going to tip Belgium to go through, whether they win it in normal time or it goes a bit further. But I fancy Belgium to go through.
Nice one, Lee.
Two average defences. I'm going to go 2-1 Belgium.
2-1 Belgium. Nathan.
3-1 Lukaku.
Yeah, I mean,
Belgium are powerful, and Lukaku is ridiculous in this team. He's at his very best with the best chemistry ever. If you played FIFA, he's got the best chemistry with this side. He's proper green with +10 on his name. He's going to absolutely destroy Portugal. They won't be able to handle him at all. And maybe you'll even see De Bruyne get some goals as well. And just the football they're playing, the way they play is like Premiership football. The pace of the game, they're the team that I like the most. And I see them going all the way, to be fair. Portugal.
So you think they'll beat Italy, yeah? You think they'll beat Italy in the next round?
They'll beat Italy. Yeah, I don't think... I think they have more potency in attack than any other team in the tournament. And I just think Lukaku... It's just, like I said, he's unstoppable for Belgium. And he'll continue doing that throughout the tournament. And they'll win all their games.
Yeah. Why'd you get rid of him? Shouldn't have sold him. Should have kept him.
Yeah, we should have. But the thing is, when United play the way they play, and you're only getting one chance for your striker, he ain't the player to put that one chance away. He ain't the player like Ruud van Nistelrooy. He's not the Van Persies who will get a sniff of half a chance and score he did do it quite a bit, to be fair. He still scored 20 plus goals a season, but they were always having a problem with that. But it really wasn't to do with him. It was more to do with everyone around him not playing the right way again. You know what it was like. It was a transition, and while we was in that transition, they're looking for someone just like Pogba. He was the same. We had other players that have come in, and the same things happened during them times. And I think he was another one that had that. I mean, you see, he's moved on, and he's absolutely been on fire since. There's nothing changed. What's changed?
No.
He's not any better than he was. He's always scored 20 plus goals a season. It's just that we wanted 30 plus. I think that's what it was.
Yeah. Lee, were you fan of Lukaku's?
I said to you before, yeah, I am. Yeah, big fan. He's a real handful. I like the way he plays, and I was screaming at Harry Kane last week when he had the centre half in the box. He just had to pin him. We rolled a ball into him, and he dropped outside the box, dropped deep. I think he ran past the ball in the midfielder at the time to try and get on it in midfield. One thing Lukaku's great at is pinning centre halves. Yeah. And when you can pin someone in the box, and listen, you got to just try and not get hold of him. Just roll you, and you're in trouble. You can go either way. I said to you the other week on here, I just feel that against the real top sides, the real top centre halves, does he fall a little bit short? I think maybe he does. But listen, you can fall short all you want. If he gets you in the box and pins you, it's only one winner, and that's the difference. And we go back to the same old. Nathan's just said it there. You're only as good as your service.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the story. A centre forward, if he's getting a service in the box, he's going to score goals. If he's not scoring goals, then it's either a service problem or he's missing his chances. He'll come good and he'll score. He's a goal scorer and he's a real handful. I expect more at the moment from Harry Kane, and I expect him to be like that. I think he can be like that. But I think Lukaku is a real handful for anyone.
Yeah.
And he's got a De Bruyne behind him, obviously. So just needs to make
But we've got a Grealish, but we'll choose not to play him or play him on the wing, get him out of the way. Too much flair. It's like the Glenn Hoddle scenario. Too good for the country.
yeah. Same with Matt Letizia. You know, he never.
Do you know what I mean? Just unbelievable, honestly. Unbelievable.
I think sometimes they play their favourites. I know that sounds a bit silly, but I generally think sometimes there's the situation where you just can't get your head round certain team lineups. But going back to just Lukaku, for me, he's a world class footballer. I thought he was a world class footballer at Manchester United. The way I class a world class footballer, I think I said on the show the other day, is someone who can get in any team in the world, and I think on his day he can. I can see him up front for Barcelona. I could see him up front for Real Madrid. I could see him up front for Bayern Munich on his day. So for me, he's world class. And like just Lee said, it's very easy to have a go at him because he's not getting service. But that's poor, and that's just lazy. People who can't think of something else better to say, I think. But yeah, look, that's it. That's it for tonight. Thanks everybody for joining us. We've just got a comment here from Stephen Denham. I think we should just get at them. We know they concede goals. We have the quality attacking players. Southgate just needs to take the handbrake off. You all nodding there? Is that the way to go?
Spot on. Yep. Get Steve on the show.
Yeah, why not? Because they're a seriously strong football side, and as I say, they're going to have to come up with something a bit special. Them players on Tuesday night. Look, thanks everybody for joining us.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, we're going to be back tomorrow with more previews. So until then, Jerome, thanks a lot, mate, for joining us.
Yeah, cool. Cheers. Thanks, everyone. Cheers, boys.
Lee,
cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you. Cheers.
Nathan.
Thanks, guys.
Lovely, mate. So until then, peace out. Stay safe. And wash your hands.